far as superheroes go, inFamous's Cole isn't really very good. He can be killed by conventional weaponry, quite easily in fact, he can get hurt simply by touching too much water, and he doesn't even get a hot girlfriend like Mary Jane, instead getting stuck with some hideous bint named Trish. Still, in Empire City, he's the only man who can control lightning and save the population, so we'll have to stick with the poor bugger. inFamous is supposed to be a true superhero origin game, but the opportunity to feel like a superhero is rather limited. Cole's enemies are vicious, tough and expert marksmen, despite supposedly being a collection of junkies and vagrants. He has access to a range of superpowers, including smash jumps, electric punches and sniper shots, yet combat is slow, plodding and mostly consists of hiding from superior forces and spamming the regular lightning attacks. It quickly becomes repetitive, and this is a theme that runs through inFamous from beginning to end. The game is bursting with missions and subquests, but the varying tasks all generally revolve around 5 or 6 ideas that repeat themselves ad nauseum. You'll be performing rooftop races, escorting prisoners to jail, riding on the backs of trains, and defending areas from enemy attack. There's a lot to do, but once you do something once, you can expect to do it over and over again. Don't get me started on the missions where you have to climb up buildings and find hidden surveillance equipment. For ages. inFamous is by no means a bad game, it's just a rather repetitive one with a number of aggravating and obvious flaws, where every good thing seems to be countered by a bad thing. For example, Cole's parkour-like ability to jump from rooftops, scale buildings and skate along power cables can be incredibly thrilling and is simple to do. However, the game anticipates where you want to go, and automatically makes Cole reach for things that he can grab hold of. Naturally, this means Cole will stick like a limpet to anything he passes, especially if you don't want him to. Often is the case where I'm trying to get into a good position to combat enemies, only to have Cole hang off the side of a roof somewhere so he can become a perfect target for opponents. Then there's the game's much lauded karma system, which supposedly presents Cole with moral choices during the course of the game. What the game basically does is give you a questionnaire that says, would you like to be evil? Tick yes or no. At points the game will stop and Cole will tell you that he could either do something really good or really bad in his ridiculous Solid Snake voice. I could get this food and feed all these poor people, or I could rape this puppy in front of its 3-year-old owner and then piss in its eyes. When the game works, it's a pretty fun ride. Zipping along railroad tracks and sending gangs of foes flying with shockwaves is amusing, and the game looks incredibly good for an open world title. However, it's mired by so many obvious flaws and even plenty of glitches that it really could have stood to have a lot more work done on it, rather than pushed out the gate early in order to beat Activision's prototype. It's a decent enough experience and definitely worth checking out, but the repetition and frequent frustration makes this one of the less essential PS3 exclusives out there.